And then, that one night she told him to go and do his thing, and he winds up doing his thing, and he get missing with Jordan. You remember that? Now, a lot of people thought that Jordan and him had gave up the draws because she had on her sweatshirt. I knew from Jump Street when they put that sweatshirt on her, I said they ain't do nothing. They trying to plot device the hell out of us, make us think that something went on, but it didn't go on. But still, that was selfish too, because she would not have wanted him to be in an environment with Jordan like that when she know that there's energy between them two. But it's still not as selfish and grimy as saying, I'm going to take your child, I'm going to Africa.
Yeah, I don't think it was selfish because to me, you've been going all this time. You needed to go home and be with your family, and even though nobody went to whatever the after party was.
Well, right. I don't feel like him spending time with Robyn was bad. I think what happened was bad. Them kissing was bad, but essentially the night. Okay, how do I say this? He didn't go in with the intentions of only spending time with with Jordan. It just kind of happened that way because Quentin was doing his thing, Murch was doing their thing, so it ended up just like, oh shit, it's just us two. Like, okay, cool, like let's catch up. It to me, it was innocent in the beginning.
It was
of the night, but then we saw
it was until a certain point.
Exactly. But Momo, when you get into an environment where it's, even though you go in there with the best intentions, you got to be able to see when a situation could escalate.
Okay.
And he did not put a pin on an escalation. Okay. But I mean, hell, he was trying to escalate. Okay. He was trying to pour oxygen on a hot fire because that fire was hot. That chick still want his daddy penis from when he came over there and ruined it for her in the first movie when she had drunk all her little pina coladas and she was hot and bothered, ain't get nothing. But let's talk about Miss Jordan, because she had a very precarious storyline, and it involved Terry Silver from Power was Demetrius in this show, trying to get in her draws, trying to do everything he can to get with her. And come to find out, he ain't nothing but a black ass Trump. Moochie, I give it to you first. Talk to me about Demetrius's role in Jordan's life and trying to get her draws. And what happened to the dude on the island? They didn't even use the dude on the island. I was like, oh yeah, I like this.
I thought they was gonna use him. I'm like, why they bring this fool back and none of the crew liked him? None of the crew is like, because they know he did her dirty before or something. Didn't they have a bad past?
Yep.
I'm like, what? The other guy was nice, buff, good. They had good conversation. I'm like, why did they introduce this guy? And then you find out he's some kind of I don't know, a witch doctor or whatever the case may be. But I also with
See, every time Moochie talk about somebody, they witch doctor her ass. Put a spell on her. Oh, there she go. She back.
They put a spell on you.
What was you saying, Moochie? Finish your thought.
I was saying, with the whole thing with that, I thought, I don't know, is it me or did it seem like her character had them under a trance at times?
Whose character? The guy?
Nicole Ari Parker. When she was doing the sage and all this other stuff, and then it seemed like everybody was in a trance, agreeing to everything she's saying, not being able to say how they really felt. And yes, my sweet. I just was like, watch me go find out she's some type of fraud. And she was trying to swindle him out of money, but that storyline didn't
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking something very
something Von Joyner said that's what he thought too. I thought she was going. I thought the father wanted him to get married to her because it was a good merger for business. It was going to make them make a lot of money because she's just got so many followers, and it just they would have been. He just feels like they would have been the perfect trifecta if he married her. With his business savvy, his son, and her, they made the perfect trifecta, but I'm like, I don't see that. And then it just seemed weird. And then when Homeboy came out, like how he was like, I don't know, some type of shaman or whatever he was. Like, I don't want to say the witch doctor, but anyway. He just, I don't know. I just was thrown off with it. That's when I thought they was going to get scammed. But anywho, I'm done with it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, joining us to complete this quadrangle, it's the sis Nita, the diva in the building.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on, Nita?
Oh, my God. Lamont, I found met you in person. It's so...
you know, and I'm so happy I got a chance to hang with you ladies. It
was great. It was great. Moochie, love you. Mo, hey, Mo, love you too. Oh my God. Okay, so we here. I'm sorry. I had some errands to run with my kids, so sorry.
Oh, girl, you ain't got to apologize. we know you doing your thing. And before I let you jump in, let me shout out Mara, because I was thinking the same thing. It's almost like she read my mind. They was hypnotized by them light green eyes and that light skin. And then after she hit you with that, then she put something in your nostril. So she's catering to all your damn senses. She was hitting you all in the head. Yeah, man. So, Nita the Diva, tell us about your thoughts on Best Man Final Chapters. What you like, what you didn't like.
Okay, so I mean, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything, even to the alphabet crew, because it's a reality that people need to deal with, and either you can deal with it or, you know. When I hear people say that they don't like it, it sounds like how white people talked about black people back in the day. You know, that's what it feels like to me. It feels like a piece of bigotry that, you know, let's not do that. So maybe just be a little bit more mindful. Just, you know, I don't know. And to Lamont's point, he did say that's what Magic Johnson probably had to deal with.
Yeah.
In his life. And I didn't mind them going down the unalive, because that is a real thing. When you're not accepted by your parents and people just want to dismiss you like you don't exist, it is a problem. So, yeah. So I just, I was listening as, you know, as I was coming on here. So, for sure. But I do like, I just like the nostalgia. I love Nicole R.E. Parker when she came in and she was gliding. She's like, oh, she glides. I said, yeah. She was gliding.
Say that.
Yeah.
It was so funny to me. So, I mean, I love their comedic timing. Like, the first 2 episodes were great.
They were good.
Because of Shelby, Quentin, and Nicole R.E. Parker.
I love them, yeah.
Quentin. That Quentin, boy. That damn Quentin.
So good. So good. I was like, it just put me right back into the magic of how this, you know, like if that was a movie, that could have been a full movie. You know, just, you know what I'm saying? Just those 2 parts, you know, him, and then, you know, because that's what he said in The Best Man Holiday. He said, I'm getting married. So that could have been the end of it. So all these other storylines that kind of followed suit, I think that was just a little icing on the cake. Yeah. But yeah, so I loved it. And actually it's on my top 10 best shows of the year. So make sure y'all look out for that. It's coming, it's dropping soon.
Okay. All right. I love that. So Momo, I'm gonna pivot to you, but I'm gonna give you something a little different to talk about.
Okie dokie.
So we talked about how Robyn was going through her midlife crisis with Java Juice and wanting to go to fucking Africa and, you know, find her colors and all that stuff. Okay. but Robyn was not the only person going through some insecurities and a midlife crisis. Let us not forget that old Murch was going through insecurities with his crew and midlife crisis and wanted to become an MMA fighter. I'm going to jump that right there with you. Talk to me about Murch and Candace, and really Murch and his insecurity that's forcing this boy to go in here. He damn near 52 years old trying to get into the MMA.
Good old Murch. I feel for Murch, and I kind of saw this coming with his personality. He always is like the butt of the joke, and he always takes it on the chin. And after a while in life, that is going to become exhausting, and you're going to be filled with all types of emotions. You know what I mean? So it wasn't that surprising to me. It was more so, okay, it's finally happening, where he's kind of like, hey, I don't want to be the butt of the damn joke all the damn time. Like, I have feelings too. I have thoughts and opinions as well. They're just as valid as everybody else's, et cetera, et cetera. So it wasn't too surprising, in my opinion, just based on how the series has gone and his personality, how he's treated, and all that stuff. Now, Candace, I'm trying to understand if her clinical research, all that, is that something that she genuinely has a passion for because of the daughter, or is it because of her past, she is, how do I say this, like driven to kind of become something great? I wasn't sure where they were going with it. You know what I mean? Was she just simply passionate about it because of her child and the research and trying to find another alternative, or was there a deeper meaning as well? Is she also combating some type of insecurity of being a past stripper? I wasn't too sure.
I think that whole plot device, and Moochie, I'll kick it to you next. I think that whole entire plot device with her and that paper dissertation, whatever she was writing, was to show how people in power on any level will try to take advantage of you when they see you hungry and trying to come up. Because after she got homeboy in trouble, they didn't really do much else other than say that she successfully got her paper done. And it was almost like,
did she get him in trouble? Did I miss
she
that?
got him. I thought she got him in trouble. I thought that like in the end,
she wrote a
letter.
They didn't show the aftermath.
They didn't show the aftermath.
They didn't show the after, but she at least addressed it when she wasn't going to address it. Right. So I felt like they took that down the road that a lot of people, even to this day, we still see. You get caught in a situation, you got a mentor, or someone trying to come up in, let's say, I don't know, Hollywood, and people find you to be attractive, and they want to be around you, not because of the content you're creating or what you're bringing to the table per se. They want to be around you because of what you bring into the bedroom. And people get put in that dilemma often. And I think that was the whole gist of showing that part of her storyline. What you think, Moochie?
They did. Okay, Welcome to the Now said they did show the aftermath. She was part of the Me Too movement. She was in a magazine. Okay.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, but she was on the cover with those women.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that they showed the progress in her education, because she was going to school from the time when she was a stripper. They were saying. Remember, they were saying that. So I'm glad that they showed her actually getting degrees and stuff like that, and that she's actually smart. And some people was back then using that as they route. It wasn't just now the way girls do it now. They don't use that as their education. A lot of them, they use it as a come up to meet a rapper or a celebrity now, and that's what they're doing now. Before, like back in the 90s, girls was really using the strip game to get their education and stuff like that.
Yep.
But Moochie,
and now it's just like now it's like people is like stuck in that shit. That's how I feel.
Moochie, you can be stuck in it now because you got more options to get your beauty on display. You got Instagram or TikTok, you're stripping, Facebook, YouTube. You got more ways to get paid for just looking good, putting fans in your eyeballs, putting makeup on that looks pretty, and being able to put on a fake butt. You got more ways to get paid.
I agree with what you're saying, but I still feel like that type of life has a shelf life.
I agree.
So like if you not getting it by if you don't have your stuff set up where you be like, all right, I'm gonna do this for this amount of time,
right?
And then once I finish shaking my ass on a pole, I got a business or some shit to show for it, and I'm not marrying a rich rapper or some shit. Then I could see that. Excuse me for dropping the curses, but I just feel like they're not. They're actually still showing that part of how it used to be, and that's what I liked about it.
Okay,
like they show a progression. Right,
Nita, what did you think about the dynamic of Murch and Candace Murchison?
I really liked their relationship because it felt like they understood each other on a different level. And I feel like they actually exhibited a more healthy relationship.
Yeah.
I like that for that, because even at the end, even when everybody was going through their own things, like Murch was going through his thing, but I felt like she was very sensitive to what he was going through. And when she went through her thing, he didn't know about it. But once she let him know, I love the conversation that they had. Like whenever we're asking each other, how are we doing? We have to be honest. And that one thing about communication has to be honesty, or it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So you can say communication. For me, I don't even say communication is key. I say comprehension is key.
Yeah, because you can talk all you want, but if a nigga ain't listening, they ain't gonna hear.
Exactly. So listen,
and that could be here listening and not hearing too.
Exactly.
Right. You listening, but do you hear me? Do you hear?
I agree.
Right. And because he started doing all the fighting, I thought he was going to jack old boy up. I thought he was going to go.
He wanted to though. He wanted to. He was ready to pound. He was ready to ground and pound him. But she said, no, I took care of it.
Yeah, she had to calm him down.
She had to talk him down.
He had to calm him down. He was about to go.
He was going to beat the brakes off a dude.
Right. He was like, he's in my house. And then he did that to my wife.
Yeah, he was going to beat the brakes off a dude because he's tired of being taken advantage of, where everybody thinking he's soft and a sucker. Where he's like, all right, you know what? I'm going to show you how much of a sucker I am. Wet back. You know, like that.
I was bittersweet about that because let me with his part trying to do the MMA thing at that age and stage in his life, I feel like there's other ways you can let people know that you're tough, you're an aware person without having to go do stuff like that. I oftentimes see white dudes who was nerds in high school. Now they done got the paper, they done got the bag, and their ego is super inflated. Elon Musk. They go start taking karate and shit so that they can feel like they tough. You don't have to feel like you tough. You just know you a boss. You don't got to go and think you can kick somebody's butt to do that. But I mean, in this instance for Murch and the way they did the story, it actually worked. It did work for him and the way they done this story. But on a normal basis, no, I don't need to see that. I mean, no. Like Nita just said, if you feel like your friends are belittling you too much, you need to have a conversation with them. And then if that conversation don't work and their behavior keep telling you something different, then maybe you need to think about moving away from them friends. No, that's how you can control your environment too. Like my grandma said, actions speak louder than words. People can tell you anything.
Lenore Wilson comment got me dying. She said, I really don't like the way they had Candace wig looking at all them other ladies' wigs.
Wait a minute.
They had her wig looking like a bird's nest.
Not that one.
Especially the curly one. The curly
yeah, that's the one that looked like a bird's nest.
It looked like bothered the shit out of me.
It looked like
wait a minute.
Some twigs and shit come out of it.
Hey, that ain't the only head that was looking crazy. How about this hair right here?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that one, but the rest of them, they look like birds' nests. I thought I was seeing twigs, eggs. You know how birds be making their nests out of stuff they find in the environment?
That was good.
I was so mad. I was wondering,
I wanted to come in the screen and snatch the wig off and throw it.
That happened after the pandemic. So I'm wondering, she wasn't able to take care of her hair.
No, that's some BS. You can order hair from AliExpress. Don't give me none of that.
Not AliExpress.
Don't give me none of that. You could
It's not her fault.
That's the wardrobe. Any chick that's selling bundles on the gram. Don't give me that.
It is not her fault. That is the costume. I can't even.
I'm sorry. I would have been like, look, my guy, you're not gonna have me looking crazy on screen. I'll just look.
Costume department.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't have been looking like that. Y'all, they got that wig off of the Tyler Perry set. They
got 2 teenage girls.
Everybody's hair was looking good except for hers. Everybody's hair was looking good except for hers. That's a problem. If I'm watching this shit back and I'm the only bitch that got a messed up wig, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
They was trying to portray her level of frustration and stress.
What you mean? That don't got nothing to do with being stressed out. A black woman always gonna have her stuff on point.
That's not true.
Stressed out.
That's not true. That's not true.
She wasn't stressed out like that, going through no depression. That's different.
She wasn't.
She was having problems with the touchy-feely guy.
Do you have to be on the level of depression to have bad hair days?
No, they was just the glam department, the costume department was trying to portray a everyday working mom type of vibe. That's It was trying to portray that.
Yeah.
So
right. With stress. Because I know plenty of like professional women.
Okay, so she's supposed to look like this?
Yeah, she get her. Listen, she was getting a PhD. My hair probably looked like shit too if I was getting a damn PhD.
Exactly. I was just about to say, I know plenty of doctors, females, who what go on the back burner is not what's on their head. I mean, what go on the back burner is what's on their head, but what go on the front burner is what's in their head. And once you get through that, you can always go get your damn hair done. You can always get your hair done. It seemed
like she was using the medication and she was like not taking care of her hair. Like she was letting it, like she was doing her hair when she was high.
Oh my Lord. Y'all wrong. So Stan Jackson gonna say DC backyard weave. God.
He borrowed a Tyler Perry wig.
Oh
yeah, somebody said that.
Those were Tyler Perry wigs.
Look, man.
I think her wigs were like that to talk to show how much she was really taking.
I have been very critical of Tyler Perry. I know I have. And y'all got so many jokes on that man, but I'm gonna tell y'all something.
I love him.
So. I gotta chill out on Tyler Perry because I might be meeting him real soon. So
look, we're not gonna talk about the wigs on no more.
I love Tyler Perry.
I love Tyler Perry too. We're gonna change the subject.
But here's the thing: the wigs ain't got nothing to do with Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry is his own person. We say that's the wig department messing up them damn wigs. That's what we'll say. You can't give everybody the Medea wig and expect them to look good in, okay? Get some more wigs, Tyler Perry hair department. Damn it. So I got to get y'all opinion on 2 more people before I let y'all get out of here. Okay. So I've talked about my favorite character this whole thing. My favorite character was this brother right here, Quentin.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So I'm interested to know, Nita, how did you like his story arc in this series?
A1. They nailed it.
Yep.
I think they nailed it because you remember, if you remember in The Best Man 1999 and 2013, he was trying to not be a part of the family business. And then eventually you see that he has embraced it and he is like engulfed in it. And so, I mean, I feel like it was a natural progression. And then they still kept the comedy. They still kept his je ne sais quoi. Like he was just like, he was like everything. Like that whole player mentality. And then they showed the softer side of him. Oh my God. I think it was perfect because that's how it is. Like men play the field for so long, and until they feel like they can't play the field no more, and then they down on both knees saying, baby, please. Listen, I was just like, okay. I loved it. I thought it was really, really good. I enjoyed his arc. And I just think he's like the most interesting person in the series. He's very intuitive. Like whenever people were having problems, when things were going down in the series, he picked up on it. He was like, what's going on? You need some money? He knew about the indiscretion in 1999 film. He knew, like, he knows everything. Like, and even when he went to Harper and told him that your movie hurt Murch. Like those are the type of things that I like to see, like the emotional side of a man, somebody who is connected and just not like operating on a manchivo. Like I like somebody that is just like in tune with real life and not just be like, oh, I'm just, I don't know. I'm not. Listen, I loved him. He was my favorite character. Him, Shelby. I did like Nia Long is one of my favorites as well. So yeah.
Okay. Yep. Moochie, what you got, Moochie? And Leonora, do you want to come on this show, Miss Wilson? Because you got the most jokes tonight, okay? Now, we're going to bring you on this show for one of these shows we don't. We want to hear them jokes in person because you is cutting up. Read this. I cried a little when he was on that flow. I thought they was going to kill him off. So did I.
I did too. I like that we saw him mature. Yeah, because he went from being a escorter, man whore, to becoming a businessman that took care of his dad.
The story arc,
and he let a woman know, look, I love you and I need you.
He had the best.
I like when he had that little speech with Shelby, and he was ready to like fully like commit to her and stuff like that. But I did like the banter with them, the back and forth, because it was a turn on with all of that, where he wasn't expecting to see her, and then when everybody was telling Shelby like, you need to give up, you need to stop, you making a fool of yourself, and she was like, nah, I'm gonna still go, I'm gonna go hard, and then he went to the airport. I was like, oh. But I liked all of that with him. I loved the way he progressed, and it just made him like. It made him a likable character because in the first one, I thought he was a dick, yo. I did. The second one, he was warming up to me, but this one was like, all right, he came full circle. Terrence Howard did his thing with this, with you saw range with him, you saw him being emotional, you saw him being funny, and you saw him being like the real deal, dude. Like, look, this is what you got to do. Right. So when he was talking to when he was talking to Morris Chestnut's character. So it's like I like when he talked to Lance, like when he was talking to him, and that was I hope we get on to that, because I felt like with him, when he was having these flings with these different women, he was getting a piece of his wife in a little bit of it. I don't know if y'all understood that. I get it. Because he like, I think he was having those moments like that just so he could get a glimpse or get the feeling that he had when he was with his wife. Even if it was just for a minute, like you want that feeling when somebody has passed away and stuff like that. You want to have them for, like, even if it's a dream, like when he had the thing when he was talking to the lady and then it ended up being just some random chick, but he was seeing it as it was his wife there for a couple of minutes. I like that I like how they showed that.
Mm. So what you got, Mo, on Quentin Esquire and Shelby? Loved them too, man. One thing that I like that brought his character full circle. Mm-hmm. The second time he was about to have a pseudo heart attack, Shelby's daughter called him daddy.
Yep, I like that. I mean, honestly, Quentin has been dynamic since the first movie. He really has. I've always enjoyed his character. He was more of a jerk in the beginning, but I still enjoyed it because even though he had his own ish, he always kept it real. So it's like I always liked him. In this though, him and Shelby stole the show. They were the stars of the final chapters for sure. Whenever they were on screen, I got my life. I enjoyed it. I love seeing them married. It felt organic. It just flowed together. I love seeing their little family that they had. I think maybe my second favorite person is maybe probably Jordan, but Quentin is definitely my favorite. He's very entertaining. I love his lines. I love his personality, you know. What else was there? Was there another question? That was
it. That was it. That was it. Now I bring you ladies to the last person we got to talk about, and that's that damn Lance. And my man was in so much pain. Yeah. Children going in different direction. He was doing anything he could to F the taste of Mia out of his mouth. And the more he done that, the more he saw Mia. The more he tried to get Mia out of his mouth, the more he saw her. And in the end, it came full circle with that beautiful Barbados dark-skinned lady that wound up dating him. I'm assuming they're going to date. But they took him on a journey, Nita. They took him on a journey ride that involved him about to lose more family. And that was his own son, who was too afraid to come out to him, that he came out to the godmama, which was Jordan. And Lance probably gave the response that a lot of men would give when they find out that their son is that way, especially men who are supposed to be high testosterone men.
Yeah.
He was like, hell to the no. And then he found those Doc Martens that had the glass bottoms on them in the closet. Found his wigs.
Like,
I will wear those.
Right. So